Hi, this is Andy with Mountain Computers. It is March 21st. It's Thursday, and I'm going to go over the top components that go into the computers I build. This is going to go back, 20 years. Let's start now and go backwards. What am I working on right now? Processor. The i7 8700K, top of the line processor. I just wish it weren't so expensive. As far as cooling system, there is a BT13SX, I think, Intel cooling system that goes on top of that bad boy. That one's really cool. That's the Intel side. Let's not talk about RAM yet. Let's go over to the AMD side. I'm playing with sort of a lower end solution on the AMD side right now. I am playing with the Ryzen 2700 series, the AM4. But prior to that, I was using something more in the bulldozer section. I was using, what was I using? Oh, it was 8350, I think an FX 8350. That was an 8-core, true 8-core. No more threads, just 8 cores, 8 threads. That was it. Other thing on the AMD that I liked, that I'm playing with, is, I hate to say it, but it's the Phenom X4 955 or 965. Those are so inexpensive and they really give you some good performance for cheap, real cheap. Now, as far as the motherboards for each of those, the Intel side, the 1151 socket for the 8700K, that's really quick. It's not the i5. I didn't do the i5. I do the i7. You get to the i5, might as well go to the i7. The 1155, the 1151 socket set. The boards. A fatality board, carbon, very nice. On the AMD side, what do I use? I'll use an ASRock board. Prior to those boards, I used G31 and G41 boards. That was about it. So processors, 8700K, Ryzen 2700. You'll step down a little bit and you'll do the Phenom X4 955, 965. The other Intel processor below that, what would I be using? What have I been using? Nothing really worth mentioning. Now let's go on to the RAM. Let's talk about the RAM. G-Skill. We order G-Skill. Now we're talking about desktops. We're not talking about laptops. Most of the desktop RAM we're ordering DDR3, and it's 1600. We're ordering it in sets of 16 gig, 2 8s. I like the blue G-Skill and the red G-Skill. I don't like any of the others. Price point's $120 for 16 gig of RAM. I'll order a set, split it up, put 2 8s or an 8 on each board. In servers, Windows 2016, 2008, 2012 servers. I'll put in 16, 32 gig of RAM. Either the blue G-Skill or the red G-Skill. As far as the RAM goes, if it's laptops, I'll use Crucial. I'll order from Crucial.com. Do the compatibility check. If I want compatibility, I'll order from Crucial. They guarantee it. So, haven't even talked about power supplies or cases. Cases, just NZXTs. Or the new green ones. These new green cases that I'm ordering, these are cool. These are super cool. These are bad motherfucker. Excuse my language. Bad mamma jammas. I'm putting 945s in those. 955s. Phenoms. Simple board. I'm putting the 760, I think it's GM HDV boards in there with 8 gig of RAM. Those are pretty cool. Video cards. What video cards I've been using? Oh, I've been using the 1050 Ti half-height. 1050 Ti's half-height cards. The reason why is I slipped those into some of the small form factor computers. I got one in one of my Alienwares that I just rebuilt, and it's pretty quick. It was not that bad, like 114 bucks. I won't go any higher. I won't go with like a 590, 580, an R7, R9. I won't do those. I won't do the 1060s or 70s or 1080s. Just way too much money, and I don't need it. Civil engineering systems, I'm using the HP Quadra 2,000, 4,000, 6,000 cards. Those are expensive. $600, $900, $2,000 accordingly. I think that's about it. Just want to be brief. So anyhow, top 3 parts that I use: the processor, the board, the RAM. So processor i7-8700, AMD Ryzen 2700. If I want a chopped down version, I'll use AMD Phenom. I think that's a AM3 or 2 plus socket. I can't remember. I've ordered quite a few of them. And then as far as the RAM, it's G-Skill. Didn't even talk about hard drives. I'm doing a lot of hard drive research right now. And something interesting with the NVMe M2 SSDs. There's something interesting going on with those benchmark performances. Now mind you, I will talk about the SSDs for a second because I'm dropping in a lot in upgrades. You always have to have the SSD performance match up with the controller. Okay? No dilly-dallying. Don't dilly-dally with that. If you have a controller that's 6 gigabits per second, that's Serial ATA 3, and your SSD will probably, match up to that just fine. But if you have a controller that's less than that, like Serial ATA 1, 1.5 gigabits per second, and you got an SSD on there, the other thing that's real tricky is the NVMe M2 slot that goes onto these motherboards. You really have to read the manual, because if you plug in one of those, it's probably going to use up 1 or 2 of your Serial ATA connectors, probably 5 and 6 ports, 5 and 6 on a 6-port Serial ATA header. So be careful about that, because you might not realize it just plugging things in if you're not reading the manuals. But that's about it for now. This is Andy with Mountain Computers. Just tell you the top 3 things: Intel AMD processors, 8700K, Ryzen 2700. 8700K just blows the Ryzen 2700 away on the basic stuff, but the 2700 does blow away Intel on the server side multi-core stuff, hands down. Just like I had the 8350, FX 8350, even though there's a huge lawsuit going on right now on whether or not that truly is 8-core, the way it's designed. G-Skill RAM, motherboards. Fatality motherboards, I've always loved those, the carbon ones. So, other than that though, this is Andy with Mountain Computers, signing off for now. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a great day. More to come.